I'm up in Coventry today to drive some Jaguars. They've laid on all their new stuff like this 575 F-Type R, but I'm also here to drive something very, very special, and it's technically brand new, but it looks very, very different to this. Today's event is all happening at the Jaguar Land Rover Classic building. It's where they can restore your classic Jaguar, or they can build you a brand new one. That's a clue as to what I'm about to drive. But first, V8. Lovely. It's definitely not as loud as it used to be. In third gear, down to second, no crackles at all. But it's still pretty good. Still louder than any Porsche you'll get in. How about this then for a switcheroo? This is an E-Type Reborn. Special commissions done by Jaguar Land Rover Classic. These are Series 1 E-Types that have just been completely restored, nut and bolt. So unlike the D-Types and XK-SSs that the Jaguar Land Rover Classic guys have done, these are original 1960s cars that have then been fully restored rather than brand new chassis being made. So these have been hand-picked by the guys at JLR, and they're as good as it gets now, with the aim being that cars of this standard can live on and be driven by people 2020 and beyond. So it's a Series 1, 4.2 litre straight 6, the classic XK engine in this one. And followers of my channel, and of course followers of Drive Tribe, will know that I drove an original Series 1 E-Type very recently, and that car was stunning, but it also came with a couple of little foibles that all original E-Types do, the chief among which being the gearbox. But I've driven this one 10 minutes down the road, and despite it being the 4-speed, this thing shifts like a dream. So Hammond has actually got a very rare Series 1 E-Type. He's got a flat floor car. I cannot remember, I think it's a Roadster, I think. Someone in the comments can tell me. But I actually think it's the same colour as this. I won't say this car drives as an E-Type should, but the fact of the matter is the original car came with that 4-speed Moss box. So I guess it's a car that flatters the driver more than the original does. So you will either be into that, or you'll think it's a bit of a shame and you want originality. I think if you drove a pure original and then this back to back, you'd hop straight back into this. Weirdly, I'm quite used to the Series 1 E-Type Jaguar startup routine. Because the original one that I drove from E-Type UK I had basically for a long weekend. So I drove that a good couple of 100 miles. So this should be a bit of a doddle. Make sure you're in neutral. Ignition on. Give it some time to prime, although I think this will start first time compared to the original. Starter button. The only reason that made a bit of a dodgy sound is because I was used to holding the starter for longer than was actually necessary there. I could literally have just touched that and it would have started up first time. They do not muck about at JLR Classic. First gear in an original car is a nightmare. It's non-synchro meshed into second, so you have to take your time making that shift, and also just finding it from the get-go can be quite difficult. Sometimes I have to blip the engine just to reconfigure the gears and give you a chance to slot it in. This time, straight in. Clutch, super easy. Thankfully, they haven't put power steering on it. First, second, that is as easy as it is in my Mondeo. If I did that movement in an original non-restored E-Type, I would have crunched it. I'll open the window for you guys. I'll just give us a bit of space. I wish you could smell this car. Okay, more space there. Listen to this. Unbelievable. So smooth. Wow. Without the fettling that Jaguar have done to this, the E-Type, you could say, is, you know, a bit lethargic. This one, third gear, let's just flip it down. There's second. I'm supposed to have this car back now. I'm gonna hold on to it for a bit longer. I cannot emphasize how much this gearbox makes a difference. I'll need to check, but it feels like a fully synchroed 4-speed, which is weird because normally the synchro boxes are 5 speeds. Either that, or this is an original box and it's just in perfect condition, which means no matter how many synchro meshes are going on down there, it works absolutely fine. The only thing that's still difficult in this car is finding reverse gear. You have to punch that gear stick across. Okay. Nope, I wasn't gonna go there. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That E-Type earlier was great, but the adrenaline you get hearing that straight 6, there is not one lump in the tune of that engine. The car I drove a few months ago, it was obviously running on carbs like this one is, but being in an original, it was just, you know, a bit coffee and a bit lumpy, as you'd expect from a car that's what, getting on to 60 years old. But this one, I mean, unreal, that response there. Did you catch the dial blipping there? Let's do that again. From 4th, blipping down to 3rd. God, the perfect classic car. You want a car to get out on a Saturday and a Sunday, go for a drive, take to a show, with absolutely no drawbacks, apart from the money. Where's my temperature gauge? I've been having too much fun. In a car like this, you need to check the temperature gauge. There it is. Spot on in the middle. You end up driving it like a bit of an idiot because it makes that noise and it's so responsive. You do not get that in an untouched 60s car. This is an E-Type with 2020 sprinkled on it. unbelievable. You have to get a shot in this before you leave.
How gorgeous is it? You look really good in it as well.
Okay guys, I've managed to get it open. Look at that engine. The airbox here, into the triple carbs, and then that straight six. Wow. Let's take a look around the other side. Exhaust manifold. It is just perfect. This is the lineup today. Bunch of I-Paces, Project 8, F-Types, and then the E-Type would be over there. And then there's a whole load of Land Rover products as well, mostly Defenders. This XK120 is actually from the Duke of London, which is where we filmed the upcoming James May Avaya video. You might have actually seen this in the background somewhere. But this is Jaguar Land Rover Classic. It is a huge building, and it goes way back from this front reception. Hopefully I'll get a chance to show you guys what's all in here. This has been my working station, and it doesn't have too bad a view. This is the foyer of Jaguar Land Rover Classic. Apologies for the Christmas music. They've recently launched this special edition colour for the new F-Type, and this is what it stemmed off of, this stunning Series 1 E-Type Roadster. And this is it on the brand new F-Type. What do we think of this, guys? Pretty nice, I think. This is David Gandy's fully restored Jaguar XK120. Look at that. Love the leather strap on the bonnet. Hopefully, Richard Hammond's XK120, once it's restored, rivals this. It's in complete bits right now, but hopefully it's not too long. Okay, let's see what we can see on this side. It's a bit more Land Rover based. Let's try and get the reflections out of the way. Okay, that is an XJ220. There's two XJ220s over there. You can see, let's get that, there you go. There's a blue and a silver one. XJS. And what have we got over here? Those are D-Types. Over there, they're brand new Jaguar D-Types being commissioned for, I think they're about £6 million each. You can actually see the fin on the car that the guy's walking past right now. There's the rear fin. I swear I saw a painted one earlier. Maybe they've moved it. These chassis look like they're Land Rovers of some sort. But yeah, pretty spectacular place. I don't think I'm going to be able to go in there and film, as I said, due to the customer cars. But through the back there, through the other wall there, there's the Jaguar Land Rover Classic Collection, which is unbelievable, which I definitely can film. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I forgot to say the price of that E-Type, £295,000. Now I was going to go from the end of what you saw into the storage facility, but I actually want to make a bit more of a video around that. So instead of making this one 25 minutes long, I'm going to stop it now. But in the next video, in the JLR storage facility, you're going to see lots of things like this. I actually think there was 5 or 6 XJ220s in that place. So catch you in that video, and thank you for watching.